right. Good morning. And happy Friday. It is 7:51 p.m. West Coast, United States. 10:51 p.m. East Coast, United States. Good morning. 10:52 a.m. Friday morning. Caloocan North, Dennis Brock. Good morning, sir. How are you? Good to see ya. See if we can get anybody in here and do a little chatting. Maybe even my lovely wife will join us this time. We'll see. She's a little shy. What's going on, Dennis? How are you? Doing good? Okay. Yeah, doing good. It's nice that the rain has let up, for a few days. We've had, I don't know. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, not too much. Nothing major. It was in the afternoon. Started around 3 p.m. Not too bad though. Not like it was there a few weeks back. Ryan Hatcher. How you doing, buddy? My Huntington Beach brother. Where's your Philo shirt? Hold on a second. Oh. I don't know. Doing good, Brian. Don't know where the shirt's at. It must be out for laundry. It must be out hanging up in the back. It just quit from 12 o'clock on Thursday. Oh, midnight. We had some rain last night, too. Woke me up. The pineapples washed it away. No, I'm pretty sure, I sweat like a pig here, and that's a cotton shirt. So I'm pretty sure I destroyed that thing bowling and riding the jeepney home from SM the other day on Sunday when so it's probably hanging up out there in the back. I think Melanie did laundry yesterday, so it's probably hanging up back there drying. The 405 misses you. Yeah. Brian, I was, from my last 3 months that I spent in the U.S., I was an Uber driver. I worked for Uber because, obviously I had lost my job and I didn't want to burn through all my savings. So I would get up at 4 a.m. every day and do a Skype chat with Melanie, because Melanie had already come back to the Philippines at that point. When I was selling my house, I was waiting for my house to sell. I'd get up at 4 a.m. every day there in Rancho Santa Margarita and do a Skype chat with Melanie, and then I would eat a quick breakfast and get in my car, and I would start at 5 a.m. every day. I did sell my house, yeah. It didn't take long. It took about 6 weeks from the time we put it on the market that it sold. I did well on it too, which is why I'm here, obviously. And I would work, I'd work 5 a.m. till about, 1 or 2 o'clock. There was, business would cut way down. Business would slack way off at about, you'd start having a problem getting a rider about 11 a.m. But every now and then you'd get a nice ride. You might get a ride up into LA, a $50 or $60 ride. So it was okay. I was able to, it was hard, It's hard to to do that type of work, like a taxi driver, Uber driver. It was fun though. I met a lot of great people. I did 700 rides. I did 700 rides in about 8 weeks. So Uber to LAX, yeah, it's about from where you're at, probably $65, depending on the time of day. I never took anybody to LAX. I did hundreds and hundreds of rides to John Wayne, though. My God. That's normally what you would get at 5 a.m. You'd get a ride to the airport to John Wayne. And then from John Wayne, I just did the loop. I did the Irvine, Newport Beach loop. You know, I would go up Coast Highway. I would go down Jamboree Road, MacArthur to Jamboree, head north on Coast Highway, and then I would jump on the 55 and just take the 55 back to the 405, and I would do that big circle from John Wayne, and that was my route that I drove for Uber. That's where I made my money. You get a lot of rides out of Newport Beach, you know. Rich people, they don't give a shit about how much. Fletcher Jones, yeah. I passed Fletcher Jones 10 times a day because I would just do that. That was my circle. That was my loop. I did okay. My goal was just to make $100 a day for living expenses and, you know, to keep from actually burning through all of my whatever savings I had before the house sold. Yeah, interesting life. I had the perfect car for it. I had a Honda Civic sedan, 4-door sedan, perfect car for Uber. And John Wayne Airport had it set up so that there was an Uber queue there. You could sit in the Uber queue and get a ride from John Wayne. The problem was a lot of the rides that you would get from John Wayne were, you know, $3 and $4 rides because they were just going to some business there in Irvine for a meeting. People that come in from Phoenix or just for a one-day meeting with there's so many corporations there in Irvine that surround the airport. Yeah, I sold everything pretty much. Sold a bunch of stuff, gave away a bunch of stuff to close friends. Some of my close friends really scored. You know, I didn't have a lot of time because I worked all the way up until I worked for Uber all the way up until about 2 weeks before I had to be out of the house. You know what I mean? Before escrow closed and I had to be out of the house. So I didn't have time to post stuff online and try to sell. You know, I gave a killer set of golf clubs to my best friend. So he probably did really good. A really nice set of ping clubs. You know how expensive golf clubs can be when you're talking about the driver, the woods. Sold the motorcycle, the car, pretty much everything I had. Chucked it all to come here. I just didn't have any other option, you know. It's really hard for an old man to get a job in Southern California. Nobody wants to hire you. They're just hiring these young kids now that can pay $20 an hour to. Am I living good? I would say yes, that we're living good. Mercury 3, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. I don't see any real need to upgrade houses. I don't want to get into a situation where we have to make a monthly mortgage payment. So we don't have that now where we're at. So nice to see you, Merc 3. Thanks for coming in, bud. We're pretty happy here where we're at, and my PI dream. Yeah, I think, is that the guy that lives in Chicago? I think his name's Jerry. Or no, maybe that's somebody else. I've come across that channel, My PI Dream, before. I know what you're talking about, Brian. You know what I get a kick out of is Filipina Life. If you love Filipinas, watch Filipina Life. That's a pretty good YouTube channel. They do a great job of exploiting themselves in bikinis on the beach. So, I mean, I'm married, but Melanie and I think it's kind of funny. We watch their videos from time to time, and there's a really an American guy, military retired, built a home in Lipa. I know. His house isn't built yet, right? It's under construction now. Is that the guy? Yeah. Okay. I think I know who you're talking about now. That guy, if I'm not mistaken, that same guy has also written a couple of books, if I'm not mistaken. I might be confusing him with somebody else. We've got somebody in our YouTube group. Beautiful home, yeah. Built a home in Lipa, retired Air Force. Okay. Yeah, I met a guy in Angeles City. I was sitting on the rail at Kokomo's one night. This was the day I had breakfast with Brian, Philly in the Philippines. And I met this guy who moved to, he was also retired. He was also 31 years Air Force. He was on Clark. He was stationed at Clark Air Base the day Pinatubo erupted. And he was here for about 8 months after Pinatubo erupted. And then I think he got orders back to the States. But he moved to Angeles City there in 2010, if I remember. Really nice guy. 2010. And I mean, he's, the guy's stoked. Built a giant house in Hensonville, which is just south of the Fields Avenue area there, Hensonville. Oh, is there really? Yeah, I'll probably never get invited to that, unfortunately. I guess all the Dosoviches will be there. Does anybody watch or know Casey Neistat? He's one of my favorites. He's a New York vlogger. Casey Neistat, 10 million subscribers. Guy does some insane video work. My God. I mean, those guys, Yeah, I've been watching Casey for a couple of years. He's just does really good work, man. He used to be a daily vlogger. Now, not so much. He's doing maybe 3 videos a week. But man, I mean, just the transitions that this guy does, the way he does fast forward, slow-mo, the New York sunsets, the sunrises. It's just, man, it's really something to watch. It makes me think that, he only does, and his rule is about 10 minutes. He says to never make a video longer than 10 minutes, which I have a hard time doing. A lot of us have a hard time doing. He says the average attention span is only about 10 minutes. So that's his rule. And all of his videos are about 10 minutes long. But with the amount of work that goes into his editing, it must take, about 16 hours to do that 10-minute video. It's an insane amount of editing. Really cool work. You know what, Brian? I probably in November. We're only in September now. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably come down and hang out for a couple of days. I'll be ready for a vacation by then. Melanie doesn't mind if I get away for a couple of days, you know. I can come there and speak some English. And there's so many English-speaking people there. It's good for me. Keep your super. Keep your super. Super hats. Super hats open. Super chats open. Yeah, in November I'll be about. Yeah, you're right. Oh, are you on your phone, Brian? I cannot watch. Merc3 says that he cannot watch many because I don't like the content. That's why I only watch a few. Yeah. Yeah, you know, YouTube is really kind of a place where you can just get lost, right? I mean, you can. It's really amazing, I think. One of the things I find amazing about it is if you have something like a household appliance that's broken, you can probably find a YouTube video on how to fix it. Somebody that has already done it, you know. That's what's great about it, I think. And I think that's what makes, well, that's what attracted me to so many of the Philippine vloggers at the time when I was in the States. You know, they were basically doing what I wanted to do. So you watch them and you get an idea what it's like to do the real thing, to be there. "17 minutes in, we've got 4 people in the room. Say hello if you're here." This normally doesn't work, but let me take a look at the participants to see if it. Oh, yeah, we're all 4. Oh, I guess I get counted in that. I'm in the room, so I get. Now we got 5. You had 26 a few nights ago. Yeah, that was. When was that last one? Actually, I just uploaded the video of us going to the mall and bowling. That must have been Monday. Yeah. It's only, what, about 8:10 there? Brian, where you're at? 8:10 p.m. Thursday night? Yeah, I know Milo is on right now too, and I just saw. I wasn't going to go live because her and I share so many of the same friends, and you don't want to. You don't want to go live if no one's going to come into the room and talk to you. It's boring. No, yes, yes. Entity, welcome to the chat. Thank you. I don't recognize your name. Are you one of my subscribers? You will get more as the night goes on. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I went until, I think that last chat that I did went until about 1 p.m. And you're right. It was about noontime here. It was about noontime here when it really picked up. Thank you. No, yes, yes. Great name, by the way. You will get more. Yes, I am. Merc3, if I wanted drama, I would watch the Kardashians. Ah. Come on, Merc3. Are you serious? You don't watch the Kardashians? I thought everybody watched the Kardashians. Joke long. Joke long. Well, if we get a few people in here, maybe I'll try to talk my wife into coming in and doing some chatting if she's not too shy long. You know, Filipinos are super shy talaga. Wayne Sanders. Perth, Western Australia. Thank you for coming in, buddy. I was in Perth as a young U.S. Marine there quite a few years ago, 1985. Only got to spend a few days there, but reminded me of a very, very clean United States, much cleaner than the U.S. Australia, it seems. Well, the U.S. is pretty clean, but there's something about Australia that I just remember thinking that, I mean, I was only a 20-year-old Marine Corps soldier at the time, but I remember walking around the city and just going, wow, it's just spotless here. Seems super clean. Dial a sailor program in Australia. What I remember, Brian, is when you walked off the ship, there was still very clean, Wayne. Okay. Could you ask your wife why Filipinos are so shy? I want to hear her explanation. Oh. Okay, we'll try that. Hang in there. No, yes, yes. She's somewhere around the house. I've only got 7 people in here right now, so if we can get a few more people in, I'll invite her to come in, see if she wants to talk to you guys. Back to Brian. What I remember is there was like when you stepped off the ship to go out into town on Liberty, there was like a place that had phone numbers of girls that were looking for, sailors to date. Not even necessarily prostitutes or anything, but just the impression that we were under at the time, and this was just the impression I was under, Wayne. I know that you're an Australian, or what the girls would say is that the Australian men treated them very badly, so they wanted to hang out with American guys. Now, I don't know if that was just bullshit. I don't know. This was, 34 years ago. I don't know. But yeah, I remember there being some place where you could call up a girl and she would come to the boat. Something like that. We throw our hats onto the pier. Whatever girl your hat, that was your date. Yeah, there were always girls there, right? Hanging out. We threw our hats onto the pier. Whatever girl your hat, that was your day. Oh, boy. Now, that's kind of funny. Actually, that's really funny. I just remember another thing I remember is when you went to shoot pool, the pockets and the balls were much smaller. You remember that? I'm comparing pool tables with the U.S. It seemed like the pockets and the balls were much smaller, or maybe we were just in a bar that had, that type of pool table. I don't know. That's what I remember. Again, I only got a couple of days of liberty. I only got a couple of days of liberty there, and it was 34 years ago. Merc 3 says that Asian culture and Asian family influences, I believe, are the reason. Strong religious and cultural norms still somewhat apply. Yeah. Dennis says 1960 to 1980, Clark was one of the best places to be. I would definitely agree with that. Subic was pretty damn good, too. Subic was a really good place to be. Did you ever go to King's Cross in Sydney? No, did not go. I was in Sydney also for a couple of days, but actually I was only in Sydney for one day. We didn't get much liberty on the eastern in Sydney when we were there. 25 minutes in, 6 people chatting. Thanks for joining, you guys. Thanks for joining. What happened to all the bars by Clark Air Base? I was last in Angeles City 20 years ago. Oh, they're all still there, Brian. I was just there 3 weeks ago. There's still a shit ton of bars in Angeles City. They haven't gone anywhere. Yeah, there's a bunch. From MacArthur Highway all the way down to Koreatown. There's bars everywhere. What's my wife's favorite part of being married to a foreigner? That's a loaded question, Merc3. The town just got bigger and bigger. Dennis, if you were referring to Angeles City, that is correct. You know, also, there's a lot more to Angeles City than... Yes. Yeah, that's correct. That's a loaded question. I'm not so sure she's all that crazy about me married to a foreigner. Probably the financial security would be one aspect of it. Now that I'm finally adopting the Bahala Na attitude, you know, it's taken me a while because, you know, when you're a Westerner, you guys, and you come here and you start living life here 24/7, man, it's shocking. I mean, just the difference in attitude between Filipino people and Westerners. You know, you have to, yeah, I've talked about that before, Merc. The isolation that you feel as a foreigner. Nobody really wants to talk to you because they're shy to speak English. So there's that. And I haven't figured out a way really to deal with that yet. I'm still dealing with it. So Melanie knows it's a problem. And yeah, Dennis Brock, you just have to get used to it. Yeah. Merc3 says he talks to himself just to hear English. You know what? Thank God for Netflix. There's a lot of English on Netflix. I think that's my sanity right now, is Netflix. So, a part of it. Yeah, and YouTube. Brian's video today talked about keeping a low profile. Too many foreigners show off in the films. They set themselves up to get robbed, especially since it is holiday season there now. Yeah, I saw Brian's thumbnail, something about gold watches there. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but yeah, that's good advice. It's really good advice. I bought a really nice. I'm a huge Ferrari fan, even though I would never own a Ferrari because I mean it's a rich man's car. And especially living here in the Philippines, it's pointless to have a car like that. But I've always been a huge, huge Ferrari fan, and I bought a watch. Now I'll show you. This is something in the U.S. that would be quite a bit of money, but here it's cheap. See that? But I would never, you know, I'm very careful about where I wear it. See, it says Scuderia on the side of the band. You just I'm very careful about where I wear it. But this is something that would probably be $300 in the U.S. and it was only, I don't know, like $110 here in the Philippines. So it's cheap. Yeah, Brian, you're right. I mean, talking about Brian's, or yeah, it's Brian. Jeez, talking about Brian's video. You don't want to walk around looking like you're rich. Robert Madden, hello, sir. How are you? Get an Android box, plug in the internet, and watch anything you want for free. Check it out. You get one with at least 3 gigabytes of RAM, an Android box, and watch anything you want for free. Okay? An Android box. I'll have to Google that and see. Merc 3. You get one with at least 3 gigabytes of RAM. And what's the memory used for, Robert? To download something and then you watch it and then you can delete it off the box? Is that what you're saying? The 3 gig of RAM? I mean, that's not very much. It's not very much memory. Plug in the internet and watch anything you want for free. Check it out. You get one with at least 3 gigabytes of RAM. Okay. I'm fairly techie, but I'm not super techie, so we have Netflix and we have TV Plus. That seems to give us, you don't download anything, you just watch. Okay, gotcha. Merc 3 says to live there, you have to keep a low profile and keep a low profile. My former jobs provide me with the skills to protect myself and my family. In that, meaning identify threats and avoid problems. Yeah. We've had only one incident here. Sorry, you guys. Give me just a second. Sorry, give me just a minute. I'll be right back. I was, sorry, you guys. I was saying we have had, since January, only one incident here where we were on the jeepney and there was a couple of guys there that were eyeballing me up to try and rob me. I guess they thought that I was there by myself. I was there with Melanie, and both the kids were on the Jeep too. And after we got off the jeepney, they all said to me, "You know, those guys were going to try and get into your pockets." And I knew it. I knew it right away. I could tell by the way they were acting, and I just stared them. All I did was stare them down the whole time. I actually had my pepper spray on me, so I was gonna spray them both. But yeah, they were, they thought they had some dumb foreigner who didn't know what he was doing. And I identified the threat, and I knew exactly what was going on. Exactly what was going on. And I just stared at all three of them. There was three of them. And I just stared at all three of them the entire time we were on the Jeep. I looked them dead in the eye. And I never took my eyes off of them because I knew what they were after. And then my kids had asked me, once we got off the Jeep, and we got home, the kids asked me, did you know what was going on there? And I go, yeah, I knew exactly what was going on. But that was one time, it was back during the summer. The kids weren't in school. And that was just one time that it happened. It was like, oddly enough, it was like a Wednesday or something at like 2 p.m. It was in broad daylight. And the jeepney wasn't even crowded. It was just, there's normally like 18 people on a jeepney when they fill it, but there was only about 8 people on the Jeep altogether. Right. Yeah, I just let them know. By making eye contact with them, I let them know that, I knew what they were up to. I wasn't going to take their shit. I actually carry I'll show you what I carry. I mean, not that I'm any knife expert, but you get these in Angeles City pretty cheap. And I've got pepper spray too. Yeah, Dennis, where you're at, it's Cavite's a little more laid back. That's okay, Robert. Don't worry about that. I'm sure I can figure out, and you have mentioned this before, Robert, this Android box. I'm sure that I can find information on it somewhere. Oh, I would think that it would be so much more laid back down there. That Laguna Cavite area. Red Skull Android. Okay. All right, we got 15 people in here. Let me see if I can convince the wife to come in and talk. Would that be cool? A little female input. How do you get that in a mall there? Merc, the guards are so lame here. Watch my last video. I have taken this into every mall, including Mall of Asia. It's never been caught. They've never caught me. Ever. What I do is I'll wear my, I've got this, I'll show you. Red Skull is a YouTube channel. Ah. Okay. Oh, thanks, Brian. Brian's always trying to get me drunk. I know what's going to happen when I meet you. Especially if I come down to Angeles City to meet you. My God, we are going to be in some serious trouble. But, you wear something like this that has the pockets. So that way you can, you've got that. You don't have to worry about getting pickpocketed because everything's right here. Your phone, GoPro, wallet, Is that my getaway from everything room? It's actually our bedroom. Jose, this is just our bedroom. And also, I don't have to have Wi-Fi. I can plug directly into our modem here. which is what I need for. It's what I need to go live. You know, the internet in the Philippines. Voila, it's not good. Hard to go live on Wi-Fi. Oh, so, I didn't show you something. So I've got, you know, this thing has two side pockets here on each side. You see that? So this side is my, everybody's got one of those, right? Swiss Army knife. And this side, if shit really gets scary, lift that up, pepper spray. And by the way, have taken that into every SM mall in the Philippines as well. Never had it confiscated. Big Kevin, no bull. Hello, how are you? Dennis, did I buy it in the PI? Not sure what you're talking about. The knife, yes, I bought in the PI. In Angeles City, very cheap, 600 pesos. The gas, no, I got that in the US at a hunting store or something. But I'm sure you could probably buy it here too, somewhere. Surely they've got it. The only time I've ever taken this out is when we were over in Melanie's sister lives in a squatters area. Bagong Silang, it's called. Bagong Silang. And we went over there at nighttime, and dude, I tell you what, you talk about a scary place. I had that tear gas out and was carrying it, just in case. Of course, nothing happened. It's just that, and you guys will see because I'm going to start doing some videos in that area. Merc3 says he found it. You see that, Dennis? Merc3 found it at the mall in Iloilo. And, God, there's probably a lot of places you can get it. So I would definitely recommend a bag like this. You know, they're sold everywhere here in the Philippines. You can keep everything right here in front of you, you know. Yeah. Okay, Dennis. Brian, trying to get me drunk. Are you drinking, Brian? 8:30 in Huntington Beach? You better at least have a couple of beers in you by now. Kevin. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Kevin says I have one I bring all the time. I don't know if he's talking about a knife or pepper spray. Maybe pepper spray. Iloilo is a nice place. It sure looks like a nice place. Never been there myself. Everything I know about Iloilo, I learned from Mike Philippine, who started out his YouTube channel there a few years back. Merc3 says to keep it in your wallet. Keep the wallet in your front pocket and a bag like this in the front. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the bag. Yeah. That's right, Kevin. And you know, you guys, if I can think of, there's a website in the US called ScottyVest. ScotteVest. ScottyVest. And they sell, I'll show you. I discovered these guys. Now, these are zip-out pants, okay? These pants are zip-outs. So they go from long pants to short. But here's the kicker on these. There's hidden pockets, you guys. The pocket here on the side, like the regular side pocket that you would have. Let me show you guys this. See if you can see this. You see how this pocket is split here? There's a magnet here. Okay? So what you do, and these are double deep pockets. Both these pockets are double deep, and there's a magnet that separates this. So what you do is you put your valuable items in that front pocket, close that magnet. No one's ever going to get to it. Because if they try and pickpocket you, they're going to go in the pocket, this back pocket. So that's a company called Scotty Vest that designs this. And then it's got the cargo pockets here too. Really cool. That's both sides have that hidden pocket. Okay, really, really cool. Really neat idea. And they're super comfortable. They're lightweight, and they convert from shorts to long pants. So I've got like 4 pair of these. Great for traveling, you know. But if you're in the U.S., the company's called Scotty Vest, SCOTTEVEST, and they make a traveling vest that's got like 26 hidden pockets in it. You can carry a laptop, an iPad, cell phone, and 2 bottles of water, and it looks like you've got nothing on you. Everything's hidden. It's amazing. The ideas they've come up with. Merc3 says, keep spending cash in one place and your big cash in a different place. They watch where you pull your money out. Yeah. Kevin Wallace says, I give my wallet to my girlfriend mostly, as she says it's safer with her. That's probably true. Actually, that's definitely true. Scotty Vest, Merc3. It's SCOTTEVEST. Scotty Vest. They started out making that. They started out as a company that just made that traveling vest, which I had one, but would probably be a little bit hot for the Philippines. Perfect for the USA. A little hot, I would say, for the Philippines. But there's literally like a giant pocket in the back that you could put your laptop down in. There's a big giant pocket on the side to put something like an iPad in. You could have all of these devices on you, all these items, and the vest, it just looks like just a regular vest. You'd have no idea that all these hidden pockets are all over this vest. It's incredible. Look it up. I guarantee you'll be impressed. It's really, really neat, man. And then those pants. I bought those pants because they're perfect for the Philippines. You know, sometimes you're on the motorcycle, you need long pants. If you don't want the long pants, you get hot, you can zip them out real quick. And it's just really, really a neat idea. They're a great company. They make very, very high quality garments. Okay, let me see if I can get Melanie to come in. Maybe she'll come in and chat with us for a few minutes. Is that okay? Everybody into that? Thumbs up if you are. Just a second. just a second. Just a second. All right. Siempre, of course. Merc3 says, okay, wait a minute, let me catch up. Oh, you guys have been chatting. That's cool. Okay. 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 My first time there, I kept my cash in my underwear in a Ziploc bag. Now that's just extreme. In your underwear in a Ziploc bag. Oof. That was one sweaty Ziploc bag. Yeah, and then you've got the heat of the Philippines too. Best place. Yeah. I'll tell you what, you guys, and it's probably because of all the research I did, I've never had an incident. I've never been robbed. I've never been pickpocketed here. I've just always been aware of what needs to be done to avoid that sort of thing, you know? I mean, it's not hard. What you have to be careful with is, you know, having a little too much to drink. That's what you're going to be worried about. And that's when you let your guard down, you know? Okay. It's my wife, Melanie.
Hi, guys.
And Maddie.
Say hi, Maddie.
Our beautiful little puppy. And we have, finally, a potty-trained dog. My God. She was born on the 8th of March. And she's finally learned to go outside to pee. So, you're a good girl, huh? Great dog. Everyone's saying hello.
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 Hello, everyone.
Kevin says, just keep looking at your surroundings. Yeah, you got to be aware of what's going on. Merc3, my former wife had her earrings ripped from her ears. Wow. And purse stolen on a jeepney. Wow. No need to be shy. Brian's wife, he's talking about Louisa.
Yeah.
We know Louisa. We know Louisa.
With her.
Now she talks all the time on the videos.
How many times? 3 times?
Yeah, we've hung out. There's Clyde Seaside. But after a few red horses, do you go outside to pee? In San Mateo. Ah.
What's that?
That's where Brian's wife had her earrings ripped out of her ears and her purse stolen on the jeepney.
Oh.
Have you ever been robbed here?
No.
Never been robbed? Your wife's English is good.
I don't even.
Yeah, it's okay. I can never understand what she's saying, but.
Weh. Talaga.
Kevin says his girlfriend had her phone stolen on the jeepney. Yeah, the jeepney's a prime spot. Everybody's got to be careful.
Especially when you're texting too much on the jeepney.
Yeah, you're texting.
You're showing it. What kind of phone you have.
Yeah, somebody can see what kind of phone you have.
And, you know, we just wanted it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Too much chit on this
Too much
jeepney.
text, too much chat, whatever.
Clyde Seaside. Hello, Mel. Good to see someone keep Phil under control. Ah. Little do you know, Clyde.
I can't. I can control.
Is your wife Pampangan? I hear they are the best cooks.
No, I'm Bisaya.
Yeah, she's from Mindanao.
I came from Mindanao, but I speak Bisaya.
Yeah.
I'm not a Muslim.
She's not a Muslim, but she's from Mindanao. Yeah. My wife is,
Pampangan.
she is an awesome cook. Yeah. Pampanga is actually known as being the food capital of the Philippines. That is true.
Oh, really?
You knew that. You live here. Dennis Brock says, when I'm on the jeepney, no one likes to sit by me.
Just a little bit of Bisaya. What was that? Kunti lang.
Kunti lang.
He said hello Bisaya. Just a little bit.
Mercury 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where he from?
Dennis, where are you getting on the jeepney and no one wants to sit next to you? That's almost impossible here because they load the jeepney with so many people.
What's that?
DTOC. No yes, yes entity says, Melanie, why do you think Filipinos are so shy? I know some have little English as reason. What's the other reason? What else? Why are Filipinos so shy?
That's the way we are.
It's just the way you are.
Yeah. We are so quiet. Yeah, at the first time, of course. Diba Asian is a quiet person.
Oh.
They're not gonna talk to you when you won't start asking questions.
Oh.
That's the type of Asian, not just, especially Filipinos.
Filipinos are... Brian. What's up, buddy?
We are so shy to say hi, good morning. Especially if we don't know if the people we talk to is not gonna respond on us.
Yeah, but the foreigner's always going to respond.
But we don't live with a lot of foreigners. We're in the Philippines.
Right,
know?
right. There's not a lot of foreigners here. Brian, Philly in the Philippines. How are you, buddy?
What's your lunch, Brian?
Brian, what are you and Lut having for lunch? We're having Emperador. Joke long. Mercury 3 says, one way to quiet a Panay is to talk English. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Not only will you quiet a Panay, they'll turn and run away from you.
Ano alam daw? Ano ulam? What's ulam?
Ulam is lunch.
Yeah, what is your lunch?
"59 minutes, we've got 19 people in the room. Say hello if you're here." Ulam.
Yes.
Merc 3, ulam.
What's your favorite ulam?
What's your favorite ulam? Put a microphone in front of a Filipina and see how quiet she is. That's true. Karaoke microphone. No more quiet, especially this one. Melanie can do, I don't know, 15 to 20 songs back to back, nonstop.
Lahat? All ulam?
Lahat.
Did you eat balut also?
Merc 3, balut is your favorite?
Oh,
No. Adobo. Kevin Wallace says, yes, the same as mine.
Yeah, we love to sing.
Filipinos love to sing. Sing, sing, sing.
Sing pa more.
Sing pa more, yeah. Sing pa more. Maybe we're gonna
Video okay and Red Horse.
video.
Like that.
When is your next food challenge?
Oh my, here we go.
I don't know, because everybody wants to do a balut challenge, and I'm not eating that shit. I'm not eating no damn balut. There's no way. I ain't doing it. And we've already done the, it says there's 19. It's only showing 4. We've already done, you know, the Korean spicy noodles, and that's made its round in the Philippines, right?
Too gross.
No, yes, yes, says I agree. Too gross. Yeah, that's a duck abortion, by the way.
I tried twice. Suka twice.
I tried twice.
Suka twice.
Suka twice. What's suka?
It's thrown out.
2 times throwing up. Oy. Janita Castro, hello. Thanks for joining. Why don't you live in Mindanao? Because we live in North Caloocan City.
Because we're not Joke.
We're not Ibu Sayef, yeah. Joke long. We want to visit Mindanao.
I think he don't like fish.
The Sweet Perry. Good morning, Phil and Melanie. Good morning, Sweet Perry. Clyde Seaside. Why would you do food challenges? Definitely no balut.
Ayaw ko balut.
Do you like that stinky fish? You know,
I don't like fish.
I'm not a fish hater.
Dried fish.
Yeah, the dried fish. It's very mabaho naman.
Dried
Stinky.
or wet. He don't like it.
I don't like the tiny little bones that are always in the fish here. Pisses me off. How about some chicken ass and chicken feet? We'll eat some chicken ass. I don't know about the chicken feet, though.
There's a lot of SNR. Chicken bag.
Yeah, SNR, you can buy like a 2-kilo bag of chicken feet.
And chicken butt.
And chicken butt, too, for like 300 pesos, huh?
Yeah.
We were at SNR.
To you.
How about Sweet Perry says, you have to close your eyes and just eat it. I ain't eating no duck abortion. Janita Castro says, that's okay. And Dennis says steak is better. Yeah. Steak is awesome, but
it's hard to find it here.
Yeah, they have it here, but Melanie used to live in the U.S., so she knows how easy it is to go up to a butcher and buy a beautiful, 1-inch thick ribeye. You just don't see that here. Most of the steak that you see here is frozen. Do you like dried ista? Tuyo.
Tuyo, yeah. It's tuyo.
Yeah, Melanie loves it. Janita says, we live in Panay capital, seafood of Phil. Panay. Ah, the island of Panay. What city?
I am the same, too many bones.
Kevin Wallace?
Those
Yeah,
burgers.
too many damn bones.
And the other thing.
Steve said the burgers at Zark's. Yeah, we were at Zark's Burgers. They're pretty good. The problem that I had was they really overcooked the beef, it seems like. SNR has good steak. Yeah. We were at SNR a couple of days ago.
We just had ground beef.
We only bought the ground beef. We're going to have to, throw down on some steaks there at SNR because Rojas City. Okay. Rojas City
Next
on
on Marisa.
Panay. Bangus fish. Yeah, bangus is okay.
Sometimes you don't eat the one.
Yeah, sometimes I just boycott and have some adobo or something when they're. Have you tried? Sweet Perry says, have you tried the special
Yes, it's a Buddha
bibingka?
from Thailand. They're asking for this thing.
Yeah, we bought that on Kosan Road. Kosan Road in Bangkok.
After the tattoos that we got.
Yeah, we have videos about the tattoos and everything. And Kosan Road. We went live from Kosan Road. That was my birthday. It was pretty fun.
What?
He is a monk. Secrets immortal. He is a monk. No, I'm just bald. I'm not a monk. Clyde Seaside says, you have no jeepney scars on your head. I get at least 2 a month.
Did you sleep?
Yeah.
You just sleep inside the jeepney.
No, because it's so small. Diba? And you have to. I'm a monk. He is married. How can he be a monk? Good point, Sweet Berry. Clyde, believe it or not, I haven't whacked. Oh, no, I did, huh? I did hit my head a few months back, but I'm pretty careful. But yeah, that jeepney can be. It always amazes me to see the older people.
Not bad. It's a solar panel for a party machine.
Solar panel for a party machine. You got the party machine right, Merc. That's for sure. I'm definitely the party machine. Kevin Wallace says, yes, I have one. Have to duck. Whoa, it's moving too fast. Have to duck a bit lower next time. I have not, Brian Hatcher, I have not signed up for Phil Health. I am lazy nanaman.
Not yet.
It's on our list. Bobby C says, hi, Phil and Melanie. Hello, Bobby C. How's your day? Just here at SM North. Ah, I enjoyed my time in Bangkok a few years back. Enjoy your day together.
Jeepney not designed for so.
Bobby C is at SM North.
Yeah, that's why there's no jeepney in USA.
No jeepney in the USA. Yeah.
And no trike.
No trike either.
Trike and jeepney.
Yeah, all you have in the USA is
Bus.
Uber.
And bus.
And some bus, yeah. Melanie was going to have to ride the city bus to work every day if we were still there. That didn't work out for us.
But I need to walk like
Yeah.
40 minutes.
It's not 40 minutes walking.
Diba?
20 minutes, something like that. She didn't like the walk to the bus.
Yeah.
The bus stop.
No
But
more trike there.
no
Asking
trike.
for trike.
No.
So it's easy for me.
The jeepneys in Cebu are taller. Oh, really?
Maybe that's a new one.
That's kind of like the trikes in Angeles are a little bit bigger for the fat foreigners that always come there to visit. Malolos 102, Magandang Umaga, Phil and Mel. Hello.
Mayong buntag.
Mayun buntag. Melanie, how did you feel living in the U.S.?
Everything is easy there.
Everything was easy there.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like you grill, you turn on the gas and you can grill. Here you need to make a fire for charcoal.
Yeah.
So you can start barbecuing.
Yeah, everything was easier in the USA. Going to the bank was super easy.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wait 2.5 hours in line. No, she doesn't know why there's no taxes in Subic. We're all trying to figure that one out. I think it's some kind of a scam. All you can do in Subic, I think we talked about this. All you can do in Subic is hire a private car. There's no metered taxi in Subic.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no meter.
There's
no Uber. No Grab.
No grab car in Subic either. So we think somebody's just making a shit ton of money there on private.
200 something just for how many minutes ride?
Small ride, yeah. SBMA, but even in Olongapo, Clyde, there's no meter taxi outside of the SBMA gate in Olongapo City. Still no taxi. Carlo Abalos, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Angeles City proper, there are no taxis. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
But there's a Grab.
There's a Grab. Yeah, there's a Grab car in Angeles. It's okay. No taxes in Tagaytay as well. Yeah. Perhaps security won't let them in Subic Bay, the taxis. But they let these private cars in there, these private cars that are acting as taxis. Yeah, the trikes in... We took it. We took a couple of trikes in Olongapo, and they were cheap. Todd Irwin, hey buddy, how are you?
Dana Point.
From Dana Point. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. We're just chatting with our YouTube friends. Thanks for joining us. That's my Todd Irwin, long time friend from Southern California. Long time friend.
San Miguel.
San Miguel, hello all. Hello, sir. How are you? Perhaps security won't let them in. San Miguel says he is good. No, yes. I wonder why most Filipino people are not watching the weather, but seem to wait for the signal from government, even the typhoons. I'll tell you this. I'm always trying to find a good usable satellite here, like I had in the US.
But we don't have it.
It doesn't seem to have it here. A satellite that I can follow either on my laptop or on the iPad, you know, like the Weather Channel satellite, where you can see.
We always have here like pag-asa. We just wait for their report. And whatever it is, we just leave it there.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a good usable satellite. If anybody knows of one, Clyde Seaside, maybe. There doesn't seem to be, you know, mega Doppler 7,000 radar like there is in the U.S. It's so easy to bring up a radar image of what's going on in the U.S.
Pag-asa, Quezon City.
Hello, ma'am. And can you cook chicken adobo? Of course.
Of course. We still have it in the ref.
Well, we have some in the ref right now. Carlo Abalos is speaking Tagalog to you.
Taga saan po kayo? Yeah, I said, we're in Caloocan District 2 and that pag-asa belongs in Quezon City, which is near on, we're going to Trinoma. We just passed that.
Pag-asa?
Yeah, pag-asa.
Ah.
It's Quezon City.
Try.
It's just like 1 hour from here.
Melanie, what annoying habits do Western people have? Oh my God. She just passed out. You know, I don't think I can go live for like 8 to 12 hours. It would take that long probably for Melanie just to tell you my annoying habits. I think you just scared her away, Merck. San Miguel says that is my favorite. Chicken adobo. Clyde Seaside says it's easy. The Philippines weather report. Hot, sticky, waiting for the next rainstorm. Yeah. But I am kind of when I was in the U.S., I was a satellite junkie. I loved those weather satellites, man. So cool. I'm sure you guys have that in Australia. I mean, you can look at that weather satellite, that Doppler radar is what they called it in Southern California, and you could predict that in 10 minutes it's going to be raining at your house. Merc3 says, I'm just asking. My wife has a list. Well, maybe your wife and my wife should compare their lists. Kevin says he does that in Australia. Okay, you guys have a good Yeah, the radar in the U.S. is so good, man. It's just addicting watching it. Clyde Seaside says the evening news ends with a weather report. Okay. You have to use a barometer to predict weather yourself. Ah. I've never used barometer, but I know that that radar in the U.S. was so good. 3 different radar points for the city. Ah. So yeah, it's really good there too. I mean, you know, in the U.S., you could tell. The radar was so good there in the U.S., you could, you know, you could tell if you had enough time to take the motorcycle out and go to the store or something for a 12 of beer, 12 pack of beer before you got rained on. It was that good and that accurate. So we're going to open up a barbecue stand, you guys, and we're going to open it up tomorrow over in Bagang Silang, where there's a lot of foot traffic. Melanie wants to try it, and John Biani's back there building a barbecue out of wrought iron. Sorry, out of tie iron. I don't need a weather channel. I have severe arthritis. Oklahoma City is the best. Ah, you hang a rag outside. If it's wet, you know it's raining. Very funny. I don't even need that, Clyde. We've got the tin roof, remember? Coal-based barbecue. Yeah, it's going to be charcoal-based. Yeah, we're going to... I'll probably do a short video of the... I should have actually done a little video of the barbecue. We're going to try.
What? Barbecue?
No, she's back, Merc 3. You didn't chase her away. I think we...
I'm still here.
I think we had somebody at the gate. Somebody at the gate. It will always stay hot in your barbecue place. Yeah.
We're going to take a video of my new business.
The new business, the new barbecue business.
You should eat the chicken head.
Oh. We're going to barbecue chicken heads?
Say yes, guy. You need to eat that. Chicken head.
Chicken heads and chicken butts.
Just chicken head.
Okay, well, you didn't answer the question. What's the most annoying thing about living with a foreigner? Just give them a couple of things. It's okay. Manuk ulo.
Yes, that is.
Remember, you need fans for the barbecue. Yeah.
Good luck now of eating chicken head.
Good luck with it.
Oh, you're gonna eat chicken head, Nico?
Manuk ulo. Oh my God, no.
Oh my God, no.
That's one thing you can do there and not get the boot by the council. Yeah, that's true. Helmet and Adidas barbecue. We need to know. They said they need to know.
There's no chicken wearing that helmet. Diba?
Here's to your new barbecue stand.
Wow, thank you, Brian.
He already sent money for Red Horse too.
Oh my God. Are we gonna drunk?
Yeah. Chicken intestine, yeah, that'll be on there too.
Yes. And the Betamax.
Yeah, that's chicken blood. No,
Pork bloods.
pork blood.
Chicken and pork blood. They call it Betamax.
Ugh. The packer or the pooper? The pecker. Huh? What do you say?
All parts of chicken. You need to
Oh,
eat.
yeah. All parts of the chicken.
Oh my God, you need to eat now.
Clyde Seaside says, okay, Melanie, we know the most annoying thing is he talks a lot of bullshit. That's true.
Let's go now. Thank you, Dennis.
Bye, Dennis. Thank you for joining us. Dennis is in Cavite.
Not for me either.
Kevin says his girlfriend had pork blood the last time, and it's not for him either. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It looks like, yeah. What are you doing?
Wait, I'll show.
Yay!
Yay!
She has a whole, what's that called? Recipe.
Recipe menu.
Mercury 3's wife said that foreigners talk too much about nothing. That's probably true.
Too much blah blah.
We talk about nothing that's important to Filipinos, that's for sure. Carlos says, do I like balut? No. I just like imitating the balut salesman that rides his bicycle around our neighborhood. He doesn't really say balut. He just goes, huh? 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 That's true, by the way. I'll record it for you sometime. He rides his bicycle through the neighborhood and he goes, huh? Huh? Doesn't say, you know, balut. He goes, huh? Pretty funny. I don't know how to spell dinigoan, the pork blood stew.
Dinuguan.
Dinigoan.
Yeah, Dinuguan. That's dinuguan.
What are you doing?
I'm showing the.
She's looking up something on her phone. Pork blood stew. The only thing left of a chicken in the Philippines is the feathers. Yeah.
It's like this though.
Yeah, that's the
Betamax.
Betamax on a stick.
It's the bloods.
There you go.
It's yummy.
It's yummy, she says. Oh, yummy.
It's yummy with rice, you know.
Everything's yummy with rice. I don't know how to spell. Oh, Clyde. The only okay, Mercury 3.
No.
Blood. Somebody said no. Kevin Wallace said no.
No, I don't like it.
Blood, spleen, lung, kidney, and more. Not bad, but I get the squirts from it. Ah, too much info. Brian Hatcher, I thought you were about to call some Marine Corps cadence. Laugh out loud. No, that's the.
What is that?
That's the balut guy. He goes, huh, huh. The kids say I sound just like him.
What's that? NFL season.
Hey Philo, the NFL season just started. Yeah, I read about that this morning on Facebook.
Do you have a team now?
I don't really have a team, but I am originally from Indianapolis, so go Colts.
Balut.
Balut. Yeah. Merc 3. Balut.
Let's go. Listen.
What?
The mic.
If you talk, it goes. See how it's picking up the voice? It's okay.
Penoy. Yeah, that's what is also good.
Pinoy?
Yeah,
What's
balot.
Pinoy?
It's also same on. It's the egg without chicken inside.
Ah,
Boiled egg.
is that the pink egg?
No, that is a salty egg, the big one.
Clyde says he's bringing his fiance's 15-year-old niece to Australia for Christmas. How nice.
Melody, what is your favorite American dish?
She's worried about having no rice for 3 times a day.
Steak!
Ah. Don't worry, Clyde. You heat the rice cooker up. No problem. Melanie's favorite food is definitely steak. Yeah, in the U.S. Where was Melanie in the USA? We were in Rancho Santa Margarita, Brian. Brian's in Huntington Beach. She knows Huntington Beach.
There.
We've been there, yeah, several times. Melanie's had some food on Main Street, Huntington, a couple of times.
Just ride them over.
Steak is definitely the favorite dish. We miss those beautiful steaks that you can buy from the butcher there in the U.S. so easily.
What else? The other one that you eat with
Yeah, tacos.
yeah, tacos.
She loves fish tacos. Yeah. Especially what was the name of that? What was the name of that restaurant we used to always eat at? There's a fish taco place. What is it, Brian?
In Laguna Beach, diba?
Help me out. They're in Huntington too. Wahoo's. Wahoo's fish tacos. Oh yeah, baby. Best Filipino food is caldereta and tocino. Very good, yeah. Kevin Wallace says, my girl went home with more weight from here only after 3 weeks. Ah.
She ate a lot.
Yeah. Merc3 says, we have rice 3 times a day. Sometimes our ulam is rice, I think. Clyde says he's going to put a T-bone on the barbecue tonight.
Masarap.
Masarap. Yeah, we've been to that Jollibee. There's a Jollibee in Irvine. There's a Jollibee in Irvine.
There's an explanation about Penoy. Penoy is the duck, egg without.
Okay. Brian, we used to always go to the Jollibee in Irvine. It's right off of
Seafood Market.
Right next to Seafood City. There's a Jollibee right there in Irvine. Right across from the old helicopter base. She went from 44 to 47 kilos. Oh. Yeah, it's if you go out Jamboree to Von Carmen, it's Von Carmen, and it's right off of Von Carmen. I didn't know it was there either. We discovered it before we left the U.S. There is a Jollibee right there in Irvine. Von Carmen and something. There's a Walmart right there also. Von Carmen and Red Hill. Von Carmen and Red Hill. Yeah, that's right. I think that's it. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Maddie heard something. She gets kind of excited when the dogs bark outside. They get that doggy karaoke going, you know. Yeah, we used to always drive all the way up to the one that's on Euclid in Anaheim. But then also the Seafood City's there, you know, and that's a Filipino market, the Seafood City there. Melanie was actually going to get a job there. Yeah. If we ever taught her how to drive, which that was a whole nother story. Yeah, the Jollibee is also inside the Seafood City there in Irvine, Brian, so you know. What about the midnight tapping on the kids' windows? Yeah, the kids are just makulit. There's no real tapping on the windows. Seafood City's a really Seafood City is really a neat place to shop. You know, if you're in the U.S., um, really a neat place to shop. Inexpensive. We did a lot of our shopping at Seafood City. Clyde Seaside, thinking I'll feed the two Filipinas kangaroo on the barbecue and tell them after. Oh. What's kangaroo taste like? Chicken? Everybody says tastes like chicken. Am I going to get a car here, Brian? I'm undecided. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get a car or not. Kind of like to have one, but I'd also kind of like to avoid that for some reason. I don't know. It's on our list, Brian. We're thinking about it. I'd really like to buy a trike. For some reason, I've got it in my head that we need a trike. I don't know why. Merc3 says, I'm taking my wife and son camping this week in a true forest for the first time, and they are nervous. Ah. I used to work as a forest ranger in the U.S. when I was there. I volunteered a couple of summers in a row as a forest ranger. Cleveland National Forest, Southern California. No, yes, yes says avoid a car and get a trike. Does your wife and kids believe in aswang and so on? Not so much. Clyde Seaside says that the kangaroo is a little bit gamey. Yeah, I bet. But very little fat. Ah. Gamey meat. I don't have a lot of experience, you know, eating things other than your just, you know, good old American beef and chicken, and I don't have a lot of experience. About the craziest thing I've ever eaten, I think, is a shark steak, which is delicious, by the way, especially if it's grilled. I never had a real crazy palate where I wanted to try a bunch of, you know, maybe kangaroo tarts like wild, maybe kangaroo tastes like wild deer. No, I've never had deer, believe it or not, you guys. Sweet Perry, never had deer. And I'm from Indiana. Figure that one out. There's like 100 people killed in the state of Indiana every year because of deer. There's the population's so out of control there. I don't mean deer are killing people, that people hit them and they go through the windshield, you know, and kill somebody. Crocodile tastes like chicken. I've heard that too. Never had crocodile. I'm a real wuss when it comes to food, you know. Big sushi fan, if that has any credibility. And I don't mean, you know, sushi rolls. I mean real sushi. Raw fish. Melanie would love venison steak. Yeah. She really misses, because I was a pretty good cook. I did all the cooking in the U.S. I'm a fairly good cook. And we had an infrared grill when we were in the U.S., and there's no better way to cook a steak than an infrared grill. We have a lot of strange wildlife up north. You can buy camel steaks. Oh, camel steaks. That seems like that would be gamey, huh? Or maybe not. Really. Camels are pretty laid back type of wildlife, right? Melanie really loved it's a little bit tough, Clyde. Melanie really loved bacon too. You know, we had, you guys that are in the U.S., and I'm sure Australia is probably the same. Bacon was just, oh my God, just so good. You can buy bacon here, but it's just not, there's just something that's not right about it. It's just not nearly as good. pressure cooker and it'll be okay. Yeah, the pressure cooker seems to work for a lot of that tougher meat, right? That's how you do it. A friend of mine taught me years ago about shark steaks and cooking shark on a grill, and he would use mayonnaise. This is in the U.S., not the Philippines. It drives me crazy how they have to squirt mayonnaise all over everything here in the Philippines. They ruin everything by putting mayonnaise on it here. You take a little bit of mayonnaise and put it across that shark steak and grill it, and wow, so good. All game states of what they eat, best to shoot a deer in a cornfield rather than a swamp. The processed meat there is rubbish. Bacon, salami. Oh, Thresher shark is good. Yeah, that's what we used to always have, is Thresher shark, Brian. But you would know that being in Huntington. That's probably a dish that's very widely served there. We were buying bacon that was sliced up from our butcher. But we could find frog legs in Malaysia. They called them patty chicken. Frog legs. Something else I've never had. Yeah, Merc 3, the mayonnaise here is, you're right, it's got sugar in it, man. Why? Why does everything have sugar? The ketchup here has sugar in it. It's horrible. We bought, something that looked like Mexican nachos from one of our neighbors over here that has a little restaurant. And it's just horrible. It's got sweet mayonnaise and banana ketchup all over the nachos. Just ruined them. Ugh. We did have some nachos at Zark's Burgers that were halfway decent, I know nachos is just a junk food, but it's something I crave a lot. I used to make my own when I was in the U.S., and it's just something I crave. It's a junk food that I crave, Yeah, the sweet spaghetti sauce. Everything has to have sugar in it here in the Philippines. They have a very, very sweet tooth here. And they definitely don't like spicy. I mean, even the bread is sweet. Yeah. Oh, Steve, I would love it. If there was a Taco Bell here, I'd be one of their top customers. That's what I really crave, is that it's disgusting Mexican food, but man, is it good. It's tasty. It's like the worst Mexican food you can eat, but man, is it good. Especially if you got a little beer buzz going, or marijuana buzz. There's Taco Bell in Queensland, I think is what QC stands for. Clyde Seaside has Taco Bell in Australia. Wow. If they had a Taco Bell here, they'd have to have spaghetti. They'd have to have spaghetti, chicken, and rice. Oh, Quezon City. Oh, there's a Taco Bell in Quezon City? Oh, shit. Shouldn't have told me that. I did not know that. As many times as I've been to Quezon City and drove through it. Your wife loves spicy. Nobody in my family loves spicy. Well, that's not true. My stepdaughter does, but she doesn't like spicy the way I do. I cut up, those little red peppers. I cut those up and put them in my rice, and then I put sriracha on top of that. That's what a spicy fan I am. Kevin Wallace just down the road from me. I did not know there was a Taco Bell in Quezon City. I'm going to have to Google that. Love some Taco Bell. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something to ruin it here. Road trip video to Taco Bell. There you go, Merc 3. Yeah. How many rides is Taco Bell away from my house? Well, it's going to be at least. It's going to be 3 rides at least. You can actually get a jeepney all the way to Alcoa. So that's Quezon Memorial Circle. Araneta Center. Okay. Araneta Center. How far is that from the Memorial Circle? I'm going to Google it. Google Maps, baby. Araneta Center. Cubao Station. Oh, that's Araneta Avenue or Araneta Center? I'm getting an Araneta Center in Cubao. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, it's just since it's an hour away from here. Since it's an hour away from my house. I see it. Taco Bell at Gateway, Aurora Boulevard, Araneta Center, Cubao, Quezon City. Yeah, it's roughly Cubao. Yeah, I see it now. I found it on Google Maps here. So yeah, that's just a little bit south of SM North. Cool. That's 3 rides. Yeah, probably. Well, it's 3 rides to SM North, so it's probably going to be 4 rides because we would get there via SM North. We'd go to SM North first and then go south. The way we go, without a car, I mean. So yeah, we'd have to catch a Jeep going down to Cubao, probably from SM North. Those are Robinsons there too. SM Supermarket. Very cool, guys. Good to know. Yeah, 4 rides would be, the trike is 35, the Jeep is 10, the UV Express is another 35. So that's 80 pesos. And then another, yeah, it would be probably 90 pesos for one person to go by themselves, one way. Not too bad, really. You'd probably use more gas than 90 pesos if you drove there in almost any car. Okay, it's roughly Cubao. I'm glad I brought that up. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Steve 25901 found me a Taco Bell. Moose Cage. What percentage is Red Horse and San Miguel there in the USA? You know, most beer is 5.9. Good question. Let me see. Hold on. I've got a bottle. I have an empty bottle. Let's see if it's on there. I'll be right back. Let me go grab the empty bottle. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, this is your classic liter bottle that you would buy at any Sorry store. We get this for 80 pesos. 80 pesos. And it says right on the back here, can you see that? 6.9%. For domestic sale only, 6.9% alcohol by volume. 1,000 milliliters. Property of the San Miguel Brewery. Red Horse Beer. Expertly brewed and bottled by the San Miguel Brewing Company. Yeah, 6.9. Although it feels like more than that when you're drinking it. I think I've maybe built up a little bit of a tolerance to it. I don't know. It used to, when I would drink this in the US, it would just knock me right on my ass. But now, not so much. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's 80 pesos. And this same bottle in the US is probably $3 or more. In fact, I don't think I've, does anybody know how much from Manila to Subic? Sorry. Manila to Subic. As far as traveling costs, you can probably get a bus for, let's see. I can tell you this. Melanie and I went from Angeles City, which is even further, to Subic for, I think it was 140 pesos on the bus. Yeah. Buses are cheap. Private car, that's right, about 3,500, probably 3,000. I know somebody that takes a private car from Manila Airport to Angeles City and pays about 3,500. Kevin Wallace, I will be coming from Las Piñas. You know, there's kind of a weird thing with the NLEX and the SLEX. So, like, you can't get the SLEX from where I live. You can only get the NLEX, the North Toll Road. So you have to go so far north on a toll road and then transfer over to the SLEX, because the SLEX is what takes you to Subic or Longapo, near the airport. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there is a what you would probably do. What you would probably do, Kevin, is to take a bus into Dau and then transfer in Dau. Because the only way to get to Subic is to go north from Manila. You have to go north up to San Fernando. Actually, you can probably take a bus. You could probably take a bus to San Fernando. If you look at Google Maps, you could probably take a bus up to San Fernando and then transfer. Or just go, Dau, Angeles City is only another 10 minutes, on the bus. go all the way to Da'u, which is Angeles City, and then transfer. And there is a bus that goes directly to Olongapo from Angeles City. I know that because I've rode it myself. It's very fast, too. It doesn't take long at all to get down there. You know, when you catch the bus from going to Da'u, it doesn't stop. It jumps on the inlets. And it goes all the way. It goes all the way from, sorry, I pick it up in Quezon City at SM North, okay? It does not stop. It goes all the way to Da'u, and Da'u's the first stop. So maybe just research it. But I know for a fact if you go to Angeles, you can transfer to Olongapo, okay? The bus going to Da'u is 165, I think. 170 pesos. Cheap. And another 160 to get down to Subic. That's Victory Liner, by the way. Victory Liner. Depending on what type of year you're going. I mean, some of those buses that run that route aren't even air conditioned. You know, you don't need it. But the Victory Liners are nice because the seats are comfy, and of course it's aircon. So Olongapo is a great little city. That whole area, I love that whole area. You know, the Zambales area, very nice. Oh. Yeah, it is, especially when you start heading north out of Olongapo on National Highway. Bus. Take a bus, Brian. Or if you don't care about, you know, a private car is like $60. 65, 70, 60, 65, 70 right in there. If you don't care about, you know, a lot of foreigners, you know, that come in here are making the big bucks. They don't care about dropping $60 on a private car. That's nothing. Because it would cost, you know, $200 in the US. Yeah, from the airport. Oh, a bus from the airport. I don't know if you can get a bus directly from the airport. You might have to get a taxi to the nearest bus station from the airport. I don't know. Sorry, Brian. I don't know if there's an actual bus from the airport. Although Melanie and I did catch a bus to SM North from the airport, so there may be. We actually got off of the airplane from Bangkok and jumped right on a bus. Yeah, that's another option, Clyde. Flights to Clark are a little bit more money, but Brian, that's you know, your other option. Although you've probably already got your flight booked, I bet, into Manila. You could spend a couple of nights in Manila too. I mean, Makati's a real fun place. Greenbelt area, Global City. Then you can just catch a bus during the day, you know, or something, going to Angeles. Yeah, Melanie and I did get a bus from. Sorry, we got a bus all the way to SM Fairview from the airport. So there's not like a a bus station, though. You just kind of stand out on the road and flag him down as it goes by. Kevin says there is a point-to-point bus from the airport to the city. Do I know anything about LA Cafe? Yes, I know something about it. Clyde says, look at Airbnb Makati for a place to stay cheap. LA Cafe is in Ermita, the Ermita area, Brian, which is not the nicest place to visit, but there can be some fun had there. Melanie and I always party at a place called the Cowboy Grill there on Mabini Street. Pretty fun. The place is loaded with beautiful women, too. Whenever we're in that area, we always go to Cowboy Grill. We like the food, and they have, like, on the weekends, just one live band right after another. It's like 3 or 4 live bands that play back to back. Pretty fun. Yeah, there's the Robinsons. Point-to-point bus drops you off at Robinson's Ermita Malati. Yeah. The big mall there. We've been to that Cowboy Grill there 3 different times. It's a lot of fun. We'll see, we're getting some stuff done here. We've got transportation covered from Manila down to Subic. Clyde likes Airbnb in Makati. I know Brian or Eric from Videolux uses Airbnb a lot. He gets some killer deals. He got this place that was insane for like $20 a night. I couldn't believe it. If you want ACCOM near there, look at Airbnb Ermita. Birch Tower, okay. Brian, yes. When Melanie and I went to Bangkok for my birthday, we went into the city the night before our flight. And we went to the filling station for dinner. Great, it was fun. Very neat place to go. You know, it's probably not, although we enjoyed what we ate there. I don't like a restaurant that has a big giant menu, you know. Typically, in a restaurant that has a menu with a bunch of items on it, the food's not going to be that good. Really good restaurants only have 10 items on the menu. But I think I just had you can't mess up a cheeseburger and fries. It's a very interesting place, the filling station. Right smack dab in the middle of the red light district in Makati. P. Burgos Street. There's a lot of good food in Makati. There's a night market down there. Something Avenue. There's a night market. A Venue night market, yeah. Clyde, you were reading my mind, buddy. Great minds think alike. The A Venue night market is a really fun place to go to for food. It's right there on Makati Avenue. And very wide variety of food, sometimes live music, and it's inexpensive. You know, it's a place to just have fun. It's like an outdoor night market with quite a few food vendors. You can get pretty much anything there. Lechon, sisig, all different kinds of stuff. Regular barbecue. Yeah, next to the Century City Mall. Yeah. Been there many times. Cheap beer. That's right, Clyde. How is the sanitation and hygiene? I don't know the answer to that. No, yes, yes. I've never been sick from eating here. I can tell you that. But I have no idea what it's like. You can only hope that it's good, right? Clyde Seaside, the beer was cheap, for sure. Very fun place. A venue night market, guys. That whole area is kind of fun, you know. I think how do you know the hygiene? Yeah. I think you have to find the right place to go, Brian. Talking about dentists, dental. You have to find the right place to go. I went and had a. Oh, Maddie's mad again. I think you're hiding from her. Maddie, I mean, this dog just absolutely loves Melanie. Follows Melanie around like she's the Queen of England, you know? And if Melanie gets out of her sight, she is not happy. She wants to be with Mama. Brian, we went to a dentist for. We went to a local dentist. Sorry, here in Almar, right outside the front gate of our house, and I wasn't impressed. Just got my teeth cleaned, and she didn't do a very good job. It was cheap, but I didn't feel like my teeth were cleaned the way I got. I mean, when I was in the U.S., I had good dental insurance and a good. Steve Montelli says dental's good. Okay, he's probably found a good place to go. The best gauge of clean restaurants is to check the bathrooms. Yeah, that's true. Bathrooms and things of that nature are, let's just say this is not the Western world. It is the Philippines. I mean, if you're at SM Mall or something, the restrooms are, pretty good. There's always somebody in there making sure it's clean. A lot of restaurants, maybe not so much the case. I haven't been anywhere that, just completely disgusted me. Let's put it that way. And I've been in some pretty bad places. Good bathroom cleaner. Yeah, good bathroom cleaner with a dirty cook. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Clyde. The point that Clyde's trying to make there is you just never know. You just never know. Right? You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So I have been lucky enough to never I've never been sick here in the Philippines. And I'll eat, I mean, we go to a lot of our local barbecue stands to eat, and the SM that you went to had no toilet paper in the stall. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. The tabo. Yeah. What I hate is one of the things that I hate about the Philippines is you go to the red horses will keep you healthy. Yeah. You go to the palenque or, the outdoor market and you see, you know, a lady there just picking through the meat, touching every piece. Drives me, I just absolutely hate it. She's grabbing meat off the butcher block and sorting through it with her bare hands, using her bare hand. And I don't think that the vendor should allow a customer to come up and do that, but that's just the way it is here. And you see it all the time. You see it all the time. Every market you go to, you'll see an older Filipina just manhandling all the meat that's on the butcher's block, looking for the best one that she wants to buy. She's got to touch all 30 pieces of meat he's already cut up there. I hate that. Very, very common here, though. Very common. Yeah, Clyde. Those wet type wipes are no OSHA in the Philippines. Yeah. And you got to have your hanky there because there's no paper towels in a lot of the restrooms, or they've just got those shitty little hand dryers that don't do nothing. Just waste electricity. That's life in the Philippines, baby. All right, looks like we are starting to fade off here. We're 2 hours in. Did you find any? Oh, every now and then the chat goes crazy on this thing. Sorry. Did you find different color hankers in the field? Yeah, I did find some. Yeah, I got some, Brian. Clyde, there's especially the younger Filipino kids, they'll spend 20 minutes looking at themselves in the mirror inside the SMCR. Yeah, I got a bunch of different ones now. Got to have them. I'll let you know, Brian. You're going to be here in November. I'll let you know, buddy. Bring him a steak. Yeah, bring me a couple of beautiful marbleized ribeyes from Sprouts Market. That'll go great coming through customs. Went to the fish market to buy large prawns, and the woman started putting small ones in the bag as well. Told her to forget it. Oh, that's kind of weird. Almost 1 o'clock. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. I've got some videos queued up. I just need to do some editing. The next video will be, I think, my daughter's birthday, my stepdaughter's 15th birthday, which was a week ago. A little bit longer than that, actually. And I think I've just about got that done, so we'll put that up. And that's just, video footage of the house here. Kevin Wallace is also coming in November. Clyde, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining in, buddy. Clyde's very knowledgeable about the Philippines. He knows more about the Philippines than I do. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, you guys all for coming in. And I'll get busy on, always a pleasure, Clyde. Yeah, same here, buddy. I'll get busy on shooting some video for the new barbecue. In fact, I'm going to go out right now because John Biani's out there building the barbecue with a welder, and take some video of that and start working on some more vids for you guys to watch. Thanks for joining the chat, and we'll see you on the next one. From North Caloocan City, guys, where the city meets the province. Thanks again for joining us. Bye now.